allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome everyone to the Tate Township Trustee meeting. Well, December 12th, 23. Document, I'll look at the time when you're here. Stop. All right, you guys are going to have to do these because I wasn't here last week.
A resolution to accept the minutes of November the 14th, 2023.
Second. Yes.
Yes. Resolution to approve the November 2023 bills.
I'll second. Yes.
Yes. Resolution to approve the November 2023 payroll EFTs withholding vouchers.
Second. Yes.
Yes. We have a resolution to approve the fire EMTs retention payments.
Second.
All right, we have a resolution to approve fire and EMS retention payments.
Yes.
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 Resolution to approve the appropriation increase of $90,000 in the fireman's fund 2111.
I'll second. Yes.
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 All right, we have a resolution to use the standard allowance of ARP funds by way of resolution, and this is a resumption of the revenue loss due to the public health emergency and the use of $307,000 authorized herein fund government services, namely road repair, maintenance, and other transportation and safety services. So that would take, we're moving some money that was given to us for during COVID period, move it into road maintenance, and which will cover not only road repair, but road, any type of maintenance on the road, even actually salting and maintaining the roads, kind of covers the whole encompass. It has to be, this money has to be designated for a project prior to the end of this year. Otherwise, they take back. So this is COVID money during that period, so it's going to be earmarked for maintenance department for all road repair service. Those was $307,000.
I'll second. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to do a resolution for. You guys got the ones on Case Road?
Yes, sir.
It's not on paper.
She emailed it today.
I didn't get it.
Turned off.
I didn't get that.
He didn't get it, so she's gonna go with this and then we'll have to sign it.
Yeah. I don't have it. You have it?
I don't have it printed off.
You do have it, so you can read it.
Yep, it's a resolution to ask the commissioners to close the west portion of Case Road, which is an unimproved road that is approximately 2,207 feet long, that versus generally the western direction to State Route 232 and terminates Tate Township at township boundary line with Monroe Township.
I'll second that.
It's all one.
No, there's
There's a
more.
second one.
And it's on the same resolution. The north portion of Case Road is an unimproved road that is approximately 3,200 feet long. Travel generally through north direction from the southeast corner of my county's auditor, the permanent Wilson.
Like to open this up.
Sure.
Last month, I went and submitted it for, let's say, the east side of 232, which goes into Wilson. west side.
The west side came into it, I submitted that, 3 months ago, Julia, about, we're only one owner on that whole road. He decided to put them both on one resolution. You know, so it's all the same road.
So should that have been discussed? The west side, or west side, east side, should the west side have been discussed or submitted?
Not according to Julia, because there's only one person, there's not a multiple owner. One person owns it all, and you want to leave it for discussion.
I don't have a problem with both of them being closed, I just think,
It's the best thing for any township trustee to close any paper road that you can.
well, I agree with that, but it's the first time I've seen it or heard anything about this, was today, I got an email from Julia, thinking that side was being closed.
I don't know if we discussed it or not, but it's been, you have to ask Julie, it's been months. It's, she's had it.
It wasn't discussed in the meeting. And I just think it should be discussed, and I like having noted that it should be discussed in future references, because it's finding stuff across the board here at the last minute, that's not work. That's not the proper way of doing it. I just like to have for the future, there not be anything across at the last second here. It's, like I said, this has not been discussed, it should have been discussed in a meeting, and I like to have it noted that it should be discussed in a meeting. I have no problem closing both sides. I just have a problem with the procedure that's taken.
Noted.
I'll second it.
Yes. Yes.
This pertaining to that
This,
also.
We have to sign the
She wrote, she'll have to print it out. She didn't get it at all. Why? She didn't send it.
She sent it all.
Probably print it on that back front.
Yeah.
So like a 3 month.
Yeah, because they even had, at the end, it had a line for you. It said Kathy, and it said something.
Yeah, my email doesn't have it on. That's.
Don't matter.
It may not, if you can forward it to me, I could get worried, I can print it off.
Forward.
Yeah, we go ahead and print it off.
Great.
How many copies you need? Just one.
She sent one email with the solar resolutions, or the very first PDF. So, it's good.
All right, finished with that. You want to- Business?
I'll find this.
That's what you just sent.
That's all.
Today or last, I think it was last night. Where's Mr. Span? There he is. All right, Ed, you want to give us the, old business on the cemetery report?
Old business on cemetery reports, about all old business. Month of November had 6 burials, took in 1 foundation for a footer for headstone, sold 6 graves, 4 of them out of township, 2 of them in township. Last month we got all the leaves mulched in the cemetery. We are now laying out section 22 in lots. Section 22 is the section just to the north side of the new shelter, the new parking lot's that green area there. We're laying it out for the future. Just to kind of put it in perspective, there's 112 lots in that section. That's 448 stones we have to set, lining up with section 21 across from it and keeping everything in line with the road. So that'll be a tedious process. We started on this 3 months ago, got detained, and we just haven't gotten back to it. Actually, if you'll remember, or you probably won't remember, I know John would never know this, but back in 2017, I bought all those stones needed for that section. We started setting those stones in 2017, found out it was going to be a while before we was going to use those lots to sell, and it was just something else that we had to weed eat around those stones. So I kind of stopped on it, and we were busy other places. Anyway, we're back on that. Any questions on the cemetery?
Not for me.
So, last year, this time, we were discussing about on the new property, about how you were hanging out sections and see if it was, you mentioned something about maybe clearing a little bit each time, each year, whatever we could. Is there anything in the makings for that?
On the new property that you just purchased,
Yes, 11 acres.
I have not pursued any of that yet, no.
I was just curious to see if it was, you're still, last time we discussed that was back in February. I just wanted to see if we're still on mark for maybe possibly clearing some of that out this year.
If I get time, yes. But it's one of those deals I'll have to rent equipment to do it, and you want to get as much done as you can in the time allowed.
Yeah,
for
I
that.
got you. I didn't, I'm just
Yeah,
asking to see
yeah,
if it's still on the back burner to see if we can work it out.
It's always on my mind.
Okay.
That all you have
Yeah.
on the cemetery?
Yeah.
With the roads, we've covered all the roads for the limbs hanging low toward the center of the road. Obviously, when we mow the roads, the side mower gets the sides, the mower max gets out, makes the second pass, if not the third and the fourth, depending on the situation. And then the mower max goes around and reaches out and tries to get all the low lying limbs that are crowding our roads to make them more narrow. You know, they're all constantly growing, so it takes him 2 or 3 times a year to go around with that and keep everything cut back. So in the last run, we'll when it's wet and raining and they have the time, I send 2 men out. Typically, it's Nathan with the mower max and another man spotting in the back to actually reach up as high as we can with the mower max and cut limbs as much as we can, because some of our roads are what you want to call it, canopied. So we're trying to keep a hold of all that. Anyway, they finished all that. If anybody sees any limbs or anything they want cut back, please let us know. We'll be continuing to work on Moore Road through the winter, full depth repair, ditching, and berming. I have a order in front of me for pipe that I'm needed. 6 pipes are needed for Moore Road. That is township culvert pipe. That's not counting the private drive pipes. 6 of those I need, but I really need to restock everything else I have. The total plus 2 couplings. I forgot to add 2 couplings, but the total number of dollars I need for the replacement of the pipes that I need for Stockhand Moore Road is $3,100, $3,113.20, plus 2 couplings, 2 18-inch couplings. I do not have a price on that. So you're going to look at $3,200, somewhere in that area. And I'd like to go ahead and order that before the end of the year before the price goes up. That pipe is coming from Consolidated Pipe in Wilder, Kentucky, with a savings from the next closest price of $900, which was Wiseway in Hayesville.
No, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to put them in stock, especially if it's only $900 or more next year.
Who knows?
3 weeks away,
Right.
everything goes up, especially with growing. That is. I have no problem with it, but Bob and John. I'm good with it.
Thank you for that. That's all I have.
That's your old and new.
That's old and new, yes.
All right.
Put them together.
For the report. Officer. Hi.
Yes, sir.
Didn't mean to wake you, but,
Nah, I'm good.
all right. Would you like to give us your report?
Yeah, for the month of November, you got it there. I've got responded to 98 calls, took 21 reports, 1 accident report, handled 4 warrants, assisted other departments 37 times, conducted 29 investigations, and was able to close out 20 different reports. Below there on the list is just the different types of call that were responded to in the township. Just kind of give you an idea of what there was and so forth. That's all I got for you. You folks have something for me.
No, I don't. Thank you for the report, you guys.
That's good.
Okay. Well, Mr. Cooper, are you the fire chief tonight?
I'm sitting in for him. He cannot be here, so
All right.
saved the,
Appreciate that.
saved the best for last.
Good.
For the month of November, we did 166 total calls. We had 45 fire calls. Busy month for us with fires. We had 7 structure fires. We did 9 calls in the village, 29 calls out in the township, and we had mutual aid 7 times given and then 3 times received. Response times were 1.4 minutes getting out on scene, then 5.5 minutes. Average is what we do. We had a total fire loss of 141,000, and then we saved 1.3 million for the month. We did 121 EMS calls on that. 47 in the village, 67 were in the township, and we gave mutual aid 7 times for the month. And once again, those times were the same as the fire times. And we transported to the hospital 80 times for the month. Any questions on that for Rick?
No, I don't. It's good.
Good job.
Since the last meeting, we've had 3 additional of the hydrants installed, bringing that total to 57. Actually, one of the new hydrants that we have got installed recently was used on the 133 barn fire here south of James Ford, so that was a huge help for the crew. The 3 newest ones that have been installed in the past week was on Banham Road, just east of South Banham, one at Bethel Maple and Antioch, and then another in the 2100 block of 133 between Lake and Chapel and Cannon Road. We'll be getting those letters out to those homeowners here in the next week. States lifted the Ohio burn ban, so we're back to getting burn permits again until it goes back in place starting March 1st. The repairs on the ladder truck for the pump, those are in progress. While Matt, the mechanic's been here helping, working on that, we noticed that the 05 pumper was having some leaking around the pump, which usually is with the packing in the valves or the packing on the pump. So he's been fixing some of those leaking valves while he's been here waiting on some parts for that ladder truck. And then finally, under old business, the furnace in the Bay Area is getting installed.
All right. Before, do you have any questions on old business? Okay. Around in the new, young man.
Under new business, our firefighters association has made along with the union, the firefighters union, each made a $400 donation to the local schools for a total of $800 to purchase 40 Stop the Bleed kits. The school started working on that to put Stop the Bleed kits, tourniquets, quick clot anything that might be used bandaging in an active shooter situation. They had implemented 20. We got to talking and think, and we wanted to help the school get that implemented throughout the other buildings, and eventually their goal is to get those kits in every room. So we tried to help that a little bit. So that's their goal. We're working with that. We also trained all the school staff and actually stop the bleed on how to use that. So they're all trained on those kits. Hopefully they sit on the wall and never get used, but the materials will be there. Also, along the lines of donations, our Firefighters Association has donated $500 to Sleep and Heavenly Peace organization. It's an organization that builds beds for kids from ages 3 to 17. They provide them a bed frame, bed rails, mattress, linens, everything for the bed. So we donated that. That $500 donation will allow them to get at least 2 beds for kids, families that live in the Tate Township area. This weekend they're having an event in the area to try to get beds. So, but that was a generous donation on our end to help them out. So, and all those funds for both those things that we did came out of our fund. There was no taxpayer money out of that. And then, last but not least, that Chief had on new business was the tornado siren in Bantam. Is not working. If you get a call on that, it worked last month or the month before. It didn't work this month. We put a new antenna on it. We've installed a new radio receiver in it, and it's just for some reason not picking up the signal that gets transmitted. So we're in contact with the repair guy and trying to get that worked out. So whenever he can come out, we'll meet him there and do the tests with the county to get it activated. That's the only one that we're having an issue with.
Deal. Report, I don't have anything, Bob. No?
Thanks. We're good. Good job.
We skipped over the solar resolution that Julia sent us. That's something we're going to discuss.
I sent that to you, Chris, so you can get it printed off.
Okay. Yep, I will do that. You're ready.
Well, I was going to print off the one for the case road.
I did that. The other one, he's getting that.
You need to print it.
I got a copy of it.
Leave the resolution.
The public resolution, not the public resolution.
It was a significant.
Just want to see the pages.
This has just been drafted, so we will pass it as a resolution. I'll discuss it.
Yeah.
No, it's for discussion.
I mean, you could accept the draft.
Some of the same thing.
I don't know.
We're talking about the solar.
Yeah, it's,
We're
get it.
talking about the
I thought you were talking
I have
about signing.
the case road.
For case road, that's what I meant to say. Often.
If it's a draft, you can.
Because I didn't understand why she sent the resolution in the draft.
I just got it when everybody else got it.
So we can table it until
I think we
discuss it with her. I haven't even read it.
I haven't talked to her, haven't. I seen it, I was always surprised if it was. I'll table that.
If it's, would you like to make a special meeting or something to discuss it? And make some difference and stuff?
Well, there's two different ones.
I've got the resolution copy, but it's, there's no reason to have it do that. It's not.
Right, but yeah, it says the right one. I was just gonna.
I don't know if she got that fingered it or what, it's sent by mistake.
Yeah, it's the contact person for them.
It just came in. Contract, let's table that. Call her. Print it off. And who can read through it.
Yeah, I think I was gonna request more time to read through it anyway.
Yeah, that's been very.
We had all this here, don't promise, that's all this other stuff, and I have to just briefly go through it.
Yeah, but she did get you over back. Two of them.
Yeah, it's,
The one you gave her.
there's a 12-page one and a 7-page one.
At the other meeting. I think it's both of them.
Yeah, there's one here she had labeled, 12-page.
That's the one you gave her.
And, well, yeah,
And then the Cedarville one's the other one.
that's the other one here.
Yeah.
There's some things that are missing out, especially the city bills copy, and there are several things missing.
Yeah.
So I think we just need to discuss this.
Yeah. Hey, she can get it back.
Yeah. It's close, it's real close. It's just some things that it's-
There are many parts of this.
leaving on purpose or what?
Just check.
Wasn't sure either.
One set at a time, discuss it.
Yeah. I'm gonna read it first.
That way everybody can go back over it, read it, and say, a week from now, send the text back and forth and set a date. That way we can see, that way we can, when we discuss with Julia, see what this, some of the stuff.
Yeah, if you want to call her on it, it's that one, the Cedarville one's the one you gave her.
Yeah.
You can talk to her on it. Call her up. Ask her. There we go. Nice. We'll just call her tomorrow.
I'll text everybody, see about stuff up to date.
Get on table now.
Get it on table for now.
Yeah, we'll have to. We haven't read it. Got it back. But it seems to be.
Here's it out.
Yeah, sign.
I'll just read it.
Good press on you.
Oh. Amy Campbell.
I'll go back. Later.
Kelby.
I don't have any. I just signed up just
Rusty.
Okay.
Ray.
A couple things. I guess you can see I started recording the meetings. I've set up a YouTube channel for that, so we can share it with the public. I can send a link if you want, put it on the website. It's up to you guys. Otherwise, I'll share it with some other people, whether they post it on Facebook, whatever they want to do. That's up to them. At least get it started. It's part of the transparency, and it's probably helping writing the minutes and so things like that. So that's it's pretty common.
Discuss that with, I guess, with Pam. Or how you guys want to coordinate.
Yeah, it's up to you guys how you want to.
I'm fine with whatever you want to do. I can't speak for everything.
I'm not your technology. You'll have to go with somebody that knows how to link it in.
Yeah, it's just a link you can put on there. They click on it. It'll go to a channel, Tate Township meetings is what I'm calling it right now, and it'll have all of them on there. As we do it. Just it's a public service.
Tate Township's a lot of money for doing it.
Yeah. I've been kind of experimenting with it a little bit. I got a mic up here, which helped. I taped the last meeting and sound was great, especially from up here. So, but I've been kind of experimenting a little bit. See how it works. I was up here the other day, did a little sound test, things like worked pretty good. Put a mic up front.
Yeah, great.
That's at least good start.
Thanks. Sounds good.
Other than that, one of the first, I want to thank Bob Brennan for his service to the township for the last 4 years. Bob was really dedicated himself to it. He did it for the people and for the township. It was obvious. I've seen him work the cleanup days, the construction sites, a lot of things. About all the grants and so forth, people have started running in, which I don't know where that's going to end up. There were some things in the works that probably get stopped. So I hope some of that can carry forward. And I think the whole township owes Bob some gratitude for his service.
I appreciate
Yes,
it.
I
I
agree.
appreciate working with you. Yep. Appreciate everybody. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Lynn?
I have 3 questions, and I know I'm on limited time, so I'll throw them out there, and then you can sit there and discuss them. Before you got to meet with Julie or whatever last month, I had asked if the 3 trustees have met with Dale Arnold, who's been paid for to represent us and to help with this whole resolution on the solar. Did you, or were you able to do that prior to, evidently she sent something back to you? So was Dale Arnold involved in any of that to help you?
She can't be there with Dale.
No, but
But,
were you able to meet with him prior to, because as of the last time you didn't?
if we ever did it the last time. The way it is right now, for what we gave her, there was nothing. Let's say concrete to look at. Now that we've got this back, okay, well, she sent it. I reviewed it and review over it. Obviously, we're going to make some changes. And once we get those changes together and say that we have concrete and move forward, then I was going to suggest that we call him and have him. I don't see it being very beneficial if we call him right now when we don't really have everything put together. I promise, when this gets put together, I will personally call him myself, let these 2 know before I do it, and see about having him come in, and that way he can overlook it. And if I have to, I'll email it to him so he can do it before he gets to us. That way he can do this final draft, and it's really close to what she just sent us. On my opinion of it is. But like I said, after we get that together and it's something that everybody agrees on, I'll call him and see. I firmly believe I've been pushing from the very beginning that 35 years experience. We need that.
Okay, and do you want to just ask for questions and then I'll have my time in? I don't know how you want to do this. Anyway, my second one is, isn't everything supposed to come here? Like last month, Mr. McConnell brought all of his documentation, the neighbors, everything about closing Case Road, and sat here and listened to that or whatever, and his presentation and stuff. Isn't that all supposed to be here first? And who was from the west side? And is that the procedure supposed to happen? I mean, he did, so I don't know what the procedures are. So it just, that's what I'm questioning, because nothing came here from whoever the west side is. I have no clue. And all the properties that it
It's
touched,
the other
which,
end of that road that went over to Monroe Township.
well, I don't know who that is. I'd have to, so I'm just saying, because it didn't come here. Was it supposed to come here? Because nobody came but Mr. McConnell, and he brought all that paperwork, the signatures from the
that one came
neighbors,
to me, like-
all that kind of
like I
stuff.
said,
But it didn't come here, not since February. Because I've been here and I've never heard anything about Case
I
Road,
think I've
so I'm
placed-
questioning
I
that.
have put several roads, and no, I think it's, all trustees agree, all paper roads should be abolished, and we're gonna get a chance to do it.
I did look that up. It has to be report to be submitted, to be turned in, discussed by the board. That's what I was saying, earlier, the procedure wasn't done properly. Now, I did find out by looking into all this, that if the road has been closed and not used, nothing, I will say closed, abandoned for 21 years, that it does not have to come in front of us. Okay, Mr. McConnell, like I said, if he did it properly, if it was under 21 years. But the fact that to the west side, we brought the one up, so should have been brought all of it. I'm sorry, let me declare this. I'm saying 232 is north and south.
Mhm.
The west side is the section that came up tonight, and then the east side is what Mr. McConnell is.
And he can submit, he can take that directly to the county if it's an abandoned beyond. He didn't have to come here.
He did that out of.
He didn't have to come here with it. He
So
could
do
have
we
just,
know that about the west side?
he could have just took care on his own.
Okay,
Like Mr. McConnell did.
okay. But what about the west side? Again,
It's been
nobody seems to know anything about it.
60 years.
Yeah, but that's a through road. It goes, yeah, it goes clear through to Dublin Ridge.
Well, it's been closed on the Monroe end for years. So
Well,
that's
still you
going-
can drive through. Yes, you can. I just drove through it a couple weeks.
Not the road we're talking about. You can, it's a.
It's
a
right
corner
across
road.
from Casey.
It's
That's
an
a-
abandoned part of Case
Monroe
Road.
Township started in 78. Monroe Township, it closed in 78.
I drove through.
No, it's just, where you think of Moore Road, where Case Road comes out, that end, east
On
side,
the other side,
That-
where,
That becomes more.
Case Road used to go all the way straight through the fields. There's houses there right now. Moore Road turns around a curve and goes.
right.
It's
But I
just-
mean, it goes clear through.
It's just fields there now, that whole part of Case. If you look at the map, there's just
Right,
fields,
there's
just
fields
like
on either side,
McConnell, but all of that's just.
but the
old
case
fields.
goes into Moore Road, which goes into Dublin Ridge.
The piece of Case Road that's still
Mhm.
more.
There's a little. Yeah. Well, that's what they're saying. It goes through the road.
and my other question was, it sounds like we're doing a lot of attention on Moore Road. Is something going on that we don't know about?
The new bridge put in.
Yeah, but this is way beyond that bridge and whatever further.
The bridge,
Because I went gathering signs and stuff back and it was way beyond that bridge. So I'm just asking, is there something
The
going on that we
county-
need to know about?
the
Because
county put a-
there's,
the
again,
county put a bridge in.
yeah, but you're doing a lot of ditching, you're doing the sides down, all this kind of stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of other roads that need it. My little side street, I had somebody's grain truck went off in my ditch. I don't have a clear ditch no more going on our road. It's a dead end, but there's no clear ditch going to the creek now, and we're gonna have some flooding if we get a lot of heavy rain. So I'm just asking, why is Moore getting so much attention? It's beyond where the bridge was, and the reason I'm asking is because they're by the high tension wires. That's the only other question I'm asking, by high tension wires.
Moore Road is one of the worst roads that it's been broke
Maybe.
down a bunch.
Back to you,
Drive the school bus on that road.
Rusty is now, you're the only other one.
I didn't have it, but I do have.
Oh,
a question
Michelle.
for you, if you don't mind the answers. My question is kind of on that topic of Moore Road. I didn't really think about it until now. But at 232 where Moore Road, where she's talking about Bethel Maple connects all the way down to 232, the road sign there on 232 says Moore Road. But looking at the auditor's maps and the information on GIS for Case Road right-of-way it looks that Moore Road terminates, the right-of-way for Moore Road actually terminates at the Case Road at that sharp curve. So in the process of abandoning the Case Road right-of-way and getting it off, are we, just to maybe food for thought, and make sure that we're properly continuing the right-of-way for Moore Road to connect to 232, because it doesn't actually look on the engineer's maps and stuff like it technically does right now.
Yeah, it's always Julia do it, she did look it up, so, I think it's, I know what you're saying, but I think it's more road.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, it just, with more road being a
More
connecting
roads,
road
yeah.
through, to make sure that it's not technically gonna drop out of your guys' maintenance and it gets abandoned and then that's turn it into a dead end road.
It's no different, it's like some roads, when they join or they cross the same pavement, they have multiple names. So, like, you come into town, it's 125, but it also has the town's name. So when roads crisscross, you know that you drove on enough road, so we're facing more across each other, they're both still using that same piece of pavement. So the abandoned part is the part where that shoots off into the field and it's not anything existing there. That's the abandoned
The only
part, on
reason-
both directions.
The only reason I'm asking on that clarification is the surveyors, looking at old surveys, they clearly showed that right of way as Case Road and Moore Road dead ending. So if it's gonna continue, I would just say as part of your abandonment process, to make sure that we are making sure that Moore Road is continued through properly. Otherwise, we lose that
Plus, you
access.
can ask Julia if you're calling about the solar.
I mean, it might be like a pedantic point of view, but it's like, this is how accidents happen.
Yeah, no, it's a good point.
It doesn't cost anything.
It needs to
Right.
make sure it's designated, it still says more, it's including changes also.
I think that's a big part of where the confusion about the Case Road discussions come in because it's so chopped up and weird. And, people, don't even know that Case Road technically connected to 232 because the road sign says Moore Road.
Right.
It's just very confusing to even understand that, such as life with dirt, old abandoned road. All right, thanks.
Yeah, one thing, I don't know if that pertains to us right now. There's some townships in Ohio that have pertaining to the new marijuana law, abandoned dispensaries. I think it's something we need to look into. The reason I say that, we were in Gatlinburg over the holidays with grandkids. Unbelievable, guys. We walked down the main street and you got picture windows with pot plants going in them. And grown-ups, kids walking by, say, ask mommy and daddy, what's this? My parents.
Right.
My parents are like this.
The new law, that's being worked on, the changes in it, the new vote, is throwing all of the, the pot store, whatever you call it, I don't know what you call it, to the township control.
When you look at
And
it, it's here.
more than just that, it's throwing some of the other stuff to do with them. The only thing
That's that House Bill 86, right, that they're talking about right
they're
now.
talking about right now, because they're trying to do a revision to the vote, so none of it's approved. But in that, it does give the townships some control on what's going on within their township. But not until that bill
Well, there's
House.
two other townships here locally, pretty
Yes.
close to us,
Some
that
of
have
those
voted,
counties.
that have already voted
Right.
in.
They put a moratorium. So
Yeah.
that would help.
Yeah, I watched that.
Guys, we got an awful lot of picture windows up there on Main Street.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, I did see that. The bad thing
Trust
about
me,
it,
I would rather explain solar panels to them. I don't like solar panels, but I'd
Right.
much rather explain them to my
the
kids.
pot
than
plants
explain
everywhere.
Big
The
windows on Main Street with pot plants.
But there are some upper counties.
bad thing about it is the
But if we don't get on it, we're gonna be behind.
No tax money.
On
I
solar.
agree.
they pulled the tax money at that
That's
same
another
bill.
question for the village, we'll see, we don't have any control of it now. The village does.
Yeah, you would definitely need to approach the,
Right,
Village
village
township.
township, we can.
not control the town, we have no jurisdiction.
I-
Town limits. We can in the township outside of the town,
The village isn't, there's large windows right outside the village.
yes, yeah, we can there, but, that kind of, it's the House bills that are, the Senate one and the House one, so.
I mean, I understand that.
I
part
think
of
it's
it,
worth
but
looking
there's-
into.
Definitely,
Other-
you gotta keep your thumb on it.
There's other townships that have already jumped on this.
Yeah,
I'll check.
Before you know it, if it gets changed, we're gonna be screwed.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, they're building, they say upward, but that's what they do.
I just passed a brand new one today.
There's one right across the street from the hospital.
That's
Brand
Bottle
new.
Road.
Brand new,
Look who owns it.
built, big sign on the front of it already.
Yeah, look who owns it.
And I mean, they're gonna pop up everywhere.
Oh, yeah, it's free money.
First thing I'd like to do is, I'd like to thank, Kathy, because there's been a lot of things said about the minutes and everything like that, about being accurate and everything, and since I've been involved, the minutes went from a page to 2.5 pages. And today is a prime example. I'd like to put in a request that, on our budget reports, and first of all, Kathy, you're doing a great job at being more accurate. I don't want to make it sound like it's the wrong way, so I do want to make that first, you're doing a great job on that. But I would like to see if we can get the budget reports and our minutes. If we can get them some email to us like 3 days before the meeting, to give us more time to review all this, because it just like the resolution and stuff like that. It's just dumped on us and all this. There's a lot here to try to look and decipher here in about 5 to 10 minutes to be able to make a decision on it. There's some things that came up that I think needs to be discussed, but just right now, I'd like to request that our budget reports and our last month's minutes be given to us like 3 days ahead, so that we have plenty of time. Sir, how you guys feel about that?
At one point, you did get them sooner, so it's. But
Yeah.
I know,
Is that okay? Is that feasible?
Yeah, I wait for the bank.
Yeah, 'cause I'll be honest with you, I just briefly looked over these minutes, looking over everything else, and it just, I would like to have a little time to look over the minutes and everything. No, not close. Thank you.
All right. Second.
When for the meeting, village of
I don't do it anymore. I know it's on Wednesdays, the third Wednesday. Greg, might be able to answer. What day is the village
meetings.
What is it?
village council meeting?
It's, second Thursday of the month.
So there was a motion and a second on.
Yeah. I was just trying to answer.